Good evening, everyone. Welcome to J Hood Creative. We've got a hopefully interesting haul to share tonight. I know we've got an interesting guest, and I'm going to bring him in shortly. Just want to express my thanks for everybody's joining us tonight. Feel free, if you watch this on the rewind, to leave a comment, and be sure to give us a thumbs up. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that and get hello everyone.
Yeah, a warm smile for you just pop up on the screen like that.
Yeah, I know it. I'm bad at this. I'm here to admit it. But luckily I got good friends like Coach Vic here to back me up. And we've got a special guest tonight, just a guy that I've been looking for an opportunity to share some screen time with. I'm bringing him in, Magic Lasso. Welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having me on tonight. I was so excited to be with you and to be with Coach Vic. And, you know, a little behind the scenes for those that are wondering. Recently, you sent me a message and you said, you own Breakaway Pants, right? And I said, how did you know that? And you said, well, I'm doing a video where I'm going to show my stuff. So can you put on your Breakaway Pants and come on the show? And I said, well, you have my PayPal address, right? And you said, yeah. And the next thing you know, things worked out. And woo, I'm here to show my stuff too.
That's pretty much not how it went, but that was much more entertaining than
but that's the way I remember it. And when I write my book, that's the way I'll tell the story.
I like your version better.
Me too.
Now, the one thing is, I've always said, whenever I'm in a chat, you're always the first person to say hi to me. So I'm just glad I finally get to see you and meet you.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you too. It's nice to be with both of you. So I appreciate being asked to be on the show tonight.
Yeah. Main reason, the real reason I asked you on is because when I see your videos, see your hauls, see the books that you react to either on other people's channels or on Instagram, it dawned on me that we've got very similar tastes. And when I heard your backstory of how you got into collecting, that you're like me, you've been in it pretty much your whole life. Like their earliest memories, you've got their comics were there. So I think we've got a very similar upbringing, so to speak. And we've just developed kind of the same sense for the kind of stuff we like. And, part of the reason we're into this video, and we've got the tagline on the thumbnail there, haul unboxing. What could be better than a GSX1? Because honestly, after that, I lost out on the opportunity to get a GSX1, at least for now. I'm going to explore it later. But I really got down, and I really felt I had to reorient myself. One of the goals of all, other than, including the GSX1 too, the books on my list for this year that I was hunting were really kind of more books that are near and dear to my heart, things that I had kind of gotten away from, where like I had them on my long-term hunt list and was getting steered more towards collecting keys or hot books or investing in spec books and things like that. So the books we're going to show tonight are things that really give me like the warm fuzzy feeling.
So you got caught up in the game, so to speak, of I need to get this first person or this first appearance or that first appearance, instead of like, you know what book I really liked? I really love that Howard the Duck 27. It just meant so much to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
Books are good regardless if, a lot of times so much emphasis is placed on keys, but books are good even if they're not keys. I just want a good story. If it's a key, hey, that's cool. If not, I've still got a good story.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to shout out Captain Comics real quick. He's joining us. Happy birthday, Captain Comics.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, but we can't afford the song.
It's not really his birthday. That's his gimmick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yours and Frosty the Snowman's, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have Frosty the Snowman trauma.
Oh, really?
This is childhood. Do you want to hear this? I can try to get it down. Okay. Oh my gosh. So when I was a little kid, I'm an only child, and I was a little kid, and I would watch Frosty the Snowman. Or when I knew that he was about to come up, I was so excited. And our town would have like little Christmas character decorations hanging on the light poles, and I'd make my mom drive me around so I can find out where Frosty was in town that year. And oh, he was just the best. And I'd watch Frosty the Snowman. And here he is, my best friend, and he's here and he has these adventures. Then all of a sudden, about, I don't know, 45 minutes into the show or whatever, he melts and he dies on me. And I go screaming into my bedroom, upset. And my mom is trying to pull me back to the TV, and I'm grabbing a hold of the bed. And by the time I make it back to the TV, we're on another show already. And then this would happen again the next year. So I have childhood trauma because of Frosty the Snowman. Do not like Frosty the Snowman. As a matter of fact, I, in the wintertime, will carry a hairdryer around with me in case that snowman ever comes in my vicinity. I will have the last laugh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. little therapy couch time.
It's ironic.
You can get in the collector's origin.
It's ironic because I went from one job where I really didn't like the work I was doing, where I was working in the RV industry and just did not like the kind of work I was doing. And I got hired onto the company that I work for now. And my first job was to design Frosty the Snowman action figures. So I did turnaround drawings, control drawings for what these action figures would be, and got to help develop them as a line. So,
do you have any?
Yeah.
I can tell you I don't. No, I don't have any.
Hey, let's shout out the new members of the chat here. We've got 36 Chambers. Good to see you, man.
Hey.
And one of my other favorite guys in the community, Rob Boswell.
Rob Boswell, represent.
I don't get enough Rob Boswell in my life these days. But hey, let's start out by showing a short stack of books. So what I did was I went through and did all the cutting for all these. So I don't have to like fool around with cutting.
Man.
Not going to be a lot of noise from unwrapping, but I didn't.
But that's usually when I get to talk.
Yeah. I'm
You
sure
cut out Vic's talking time.
Man, I just got to be quiet. Hi, poor Mike.
So there's one book that I did open all the way, and so that's going to be in this short stack. So and it's going to be a nice lead off, I think. So this initial small stack of books I got, let's break it up in two stacks. So this one stack I got from a local LCS, and I will make myself bigger.
Yeah,
this works. Let's see.
I really don't need to be bigger.
There we go. So these were somewhat cover buys, and this is a little bit, I don't want to call it spec buy, but just know She-Hulk coming. There's been rumors that Matt Murdock's going to make an appearance in the show, and this was available for just a couple bucks, so I picked that one up.
Was that from my place? Or is this a different place?
This is from the place in Niles, one of the flea markets.
What was the issue number on that?
That was She-Hulk issue 8 from the Dan Slott run. I've been trying to figure out the Dan Slott runs. I think there were actually 2 different numberings, so I don't know which series or which year that was from.
Who's this in the yellow over here?
I do not know. Anybody? He does not look familiar. He might be a made-up character for this particular issue. I don't know, but he's there with Matt Murdock and Howard the Duck. So
it's a great cover.
I'd have to think he's been around. I think Mike Mayhew probably did that one. And this is another She-Hulk cover from the Savage She-Hulk run. And this was always an interesting cover to me because A, it's just great Michael Golden artwork, and B, this was in a lot of the house ads for Marvel back in the day.
Yep.
So I've seen this one just over and over.
That is a great story too. I think that was a 2-issue storyline that they did, and She-Hulk heads to Florida, and she's unaware that this man that she met can become the Man-Thing. It's a great story, but a fantastic cover.
Cool.
Nice.
Michael Golden doing the covers to those is just some of the best work he's done, besides maybe Micronauts, I think. Rob Boswell's got a comment for everything. Warlord, good to see you,
Little
man.
Lord.
So this is another cover by, and this was actually one that I was kind of looking on eBay for, but they happen to have it at the shop for a reasonable price. And it's
Nice.
got the clobbering time, so we're gonna have to adapt this into a thumbnail for the Saturday morning show. Just a classic Fantastic Four cover.
It's amazing how those FFs, especially from that time period, but even earlier FFs, really are so undervalued yet. You can get really older FF books at a really nice price still.
Yep. I'm not sure. Yaladar or Valadar is the.
Where are you looking at?
The artist signature here, but it's inked by Ernie Chua, I believe. So that's why this looks somewhat familiar. But just another iconic cover by of the Hulk.
It actually looks a little like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, yeah, that's TV show era Incredible Hulk.
Yep. I think they ended up using this pose for the Hulk for like licensing artwork and things like that. Like it would have appeared on T-shirts or cups or tumblers or mugs and things like that back in the day. It just looks real familiar, like I've seen it used somewhere like that before.
I have a question.
Yeah. So
could they use Lou Ferrigno's image and not have to pay him for that, or how's that work? Or they change it just enough so it's not him?
I don't think that I don't recall a point where they ever purposely tried to use him. There might have been some likeness rights involved that they didn't pay for it or just weren't interested in using it. I don't know.
I think the hair really looks different. Lou Ferrigno Hulk hair looks a lot different than the artistic drawing version, even at the time of the Hulk.
Yeah, it looks very much wiggish.
And I tell you one thing that I really remember as a little Magic Lasso was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood did a special week-long Mr. Rogers Talks About Superheroes. And at the end of the week, they took us to the set took us, like I was there, they took the viewers to the set of The Incredible Hulk and showed how they made the show and how, they talked with Lou Ferrigno and stuff too, and they showed him putting on the makeup. That video is on YouTube somewhere, and if you've never watched that, it's really interesting with footage I've never seen before.
Wow, I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
Hi, Matthew Poe. Good to have you here.
Hello.
Hi, Matthew.
So this next short stack I got from a good friend of mine.
Probably the most trusted seller you know.
True. So I've been, he was generous enough to sell me the first issue of this back when it wasn't as expensive as it is now.
Don't get me started.
So I picked up the next, up to issue 6 of Strange Academy from a good friend Victor here. Like that Doyle Dormammu. I was telling Magic Lasso before the show that I'm really getting into this story. It just has a really cool kind of X-Men vibe to me. And a lot of people have been comparing it to more of like a Harry Potter kind of thing. And maybe that's there and I just haven't gotten to it. But the vibe I'm getting is just, young kids being trained to use their powers.
Yeah, that's Harry Potter.
Well, that was X-Men before it was Harry Potter.
If I read X-Men, I'd know that.
Magic Lasso was the magic keychain.
Yep.
Right, so Rob Boswell is going to be interested in this one. This is not, I discussed a copy of this with Rob earlier in the year, but this is one that I picked up. So I picked this up for speculation reasons. One of the few books I did pick up for spec, but I like it. When I buy spec books, I can't help but buy books that I like besides the spec value. So
okay, I got you.
So
you can't get it just because it's supposed to be good. You want it because you like it,
right?
All right.
So the plan is to get this graded and resell it eventually. But I got a pretty nice copy of G.I. Joe number 21. It's not going to be a 9.8, but I think it should be in the 9 somewhere. And for the price I paid, it's going to earn a pretty penny if I ever get to that point.
I won my copy of that book last year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I bought a copy, off the rack as a kid, and I can't believe there are other copies of G.I. Joe that I kept, and I can't believe that I didn't keep my copy of 21 for whatever reason. It just baffles me. So I've got this copy. There's another copy I bought from an LCS that's not in quite a good condition as this one. So
They're to your right now.
there we go. So there's that. So I've kind of divided my haul into what we're starting off with Marvel, then we'll do DC, and then we'll bring it back to X-Men.
Good evening, Gore. The wise
Hi,
one.
Gore.
More of a dog. You can see it. Yeah.
And no, Rob, you can't just go around claiming stuff.
Gore, Al, he gets hurt when we leave him out, so don't rub it in. He already left a nasty message for me on Instagram, but he's busy tonight, so he couldn't join the festivities.
Well, Al gets 10% for all those action figures that you buy. So,
Oh, the Walmart ones you showed last time. So this was the one of the few cases where I didn't totally unwrap it because they didn't package everything separately.
do you keep this or toss it?
We'll just toss this one.
Never seen green bubble wrap. Makes it feel like it's from a 1970s house.
It's eco-friendly.
Oh, so I can eat it?
Boy, they didn't even bag these.
Oh boy.
Oh,
But that's okay. I touch my comic books with my own fingers.
Ooh.
So I had gotten rid of some issues from this run that I've been working on for a long time. And some of the copies I had weren't in as good a condition I would have liked. So what I've found about myself is that I won't upgrade something if I still own it. So I sold some of these and with the intention of going back and buying nicer copies later. And then, but I bought more than I needed. So some of these will go up for resale later. But this is a nice big hunk of the Frank Miller Daredevil run.
Oh, nice.
In this nice condition. I don't think that any of them are going to be, mint or, well, they're mint to me, but they're not going to be 9/8 to someone else. So that was 164. We've got 169. Nice copy.
Colors look good on that.
Yeah. This was one particular book that I was hoping to get in real nice shape, and I'm satisfied with this. I wish it was a little bit better. It's got a little corner ding, but I wanted a nice copy of this 170 where Kingpin becomes Daredevil's main enemy. I think I like the key factor of that, and it's not something that people really talk about all that much.
I'm surprised at how good these are for not have been bagged or boarded.
Yeah.
I am very surprised that cover has not been homaged more. If there has been an homage of it, because that's a great cover. That one is too.
And for the third straight issue, Kingpin makes a cover appearance.
Nice.
That's 172.
I guess he still hasn't died, huh?
Poor Mike, he likes the Daredevil.
Bullseye.
And how great is that corner box art on those Daredevil books too? I love that.
Up there. Yeah.
Get my fat fingers out the way. Oh, there we go.
Rob, the 168's on my hunt list this year too, but it's not in this particular haul. And the reason it's not is because, it is it went back up a little bit. I like it. I like to get a 168 at 100, 125, and it's a little above that right now.
Who's on 168?
That's the introduction of Elektra.
Oh.
Yep.
176. So I think from 176 on, I've got the whole run. So I'll go through my copies and kind of pick the best copies, maybe replace some of the ones I had, and then the rest will go up for sale the next time I'm in a auction somewhere down the road. No big rush, but I got them all for a real nice price.
It's not often you see this pink and yellow cover, is it?
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's like the CMYK value or CMYK cover right there.
I really like that cover with Elektra.
Yeah. Daredevil, they had so many great yellow background covers in this run.
I thought she only lived for like 3 issues.
She was only actually made appearances in like 6 or something like that. But, she was introduced in 168 and was killed off in 180.
180, that's the issue I remember. I think that was
Yeah, this is one of the best covers, in my opinion, from the run.
Mm-hmm.
holy crap.
Looks like we're got all the way through the Punisher 2-issue storyline.
Sorry.
No more Mr. Nice Guy, Dirty Harry cover. Oh, yeah. Was it 181? Yeah, I guess it was. I was thinking 180 for some reason. So this one comes from a. He used to do a lot. Well, he's a guy that did content for a while and then went away, and now he's just a Instagram seller. But he goes by the name of Hulk Nuts.
On purpose?
Yeah. There's that. I didn't cut this because it was just masking tape. But he had this for sale up on IG for a real nice price, so I jumped at it. This is another run I'm looking to complete.
Just telling y'all out there, it's not that hard to make pull tabs, people.
Yeah,
This man's been letting his fingernails grow out for a week in anticipation of this.
he threw in a bonus book.
Such a GSX1.
That's got a nice patina on it. It's complete, but
What's a patina?
Dirt and wear and
Oh,
in art, it's when something is copper turns green. That's the patina. But yeah, man, this has been a well-loved comic right there. Submariner 34.
but that's not quite crunchy, right?
Oh, that is definitely crunchy. So the
It looks
book
crunchy.
the book I actually bought from him.
Oh, nice.
So I believe this is the first issue that Jim Starlin did of the Captain Marvel run.
That's nice.
So I think I've got, I need to pick up 2 more issues of this to complete the run. We've got all the later stuff. I think I need like 127 and 128 or something like that.
Captain Marvel.
Yep.
That's a guy
That's the original Captain
who's
Marvel.
white.
Yep.
That's not a female or a black female.
And yeah,
I'm
he
confused.
started out with white hair, blue skin, and ended up a blonde guy.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde Selmore. Nice.
I don't know what it was about Captain Marvel when I was a kid. I always loved the character design. I think it might just be the red and blue costume.
What's that stamp
Yeah,
at the top?
that second costume, it really works better. And
Yep.
incidentally, same thing with Ms. Marvel. I think her second costume, the Black Lightning Bolt, really works better than her original costume.
Yeah, I agree.
Her Lightning Bolt costume is very Phoenix-esque.
Mm-hmm. Was it designed by Dave Cockrum? I'm not sure myself.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you're waiting on me.
So
We're to the next stack.
yeah, to answer your question though, that's a date stamp.
Oh.
So this is getting into DC, and these are a couple books I picked up with those other Marvel books I started out with. I got Just Imagine Stan Lee's Catwoman, which I never realized Chris Bachalo did the art in this until I saw this issue. So I'm a big fan of Bachalo's art. And then I think I passed this up when it was new, and I just couldn't pass up getting the opportunity to get that cover.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
I've seen that played on Comic Gories a few times.
Yep. It's Jimmy Olsen.
It's kind of creepy.
Really?
Well, it just looks so real. Like it's just a picture.
It's your guy Ben Oliver did the art.
Oh. Ooh, I just noticed the reflection.
Yeah.
Nice.
Poor Mike says the Robin issue of Just Imagine was good. I can't recall that one.
There's a few.
Let me know if you remember who wrote and drew that. Let me know. All right, so this was a total cover buy, but it's a book that I've been eyeing for more than a year.
Sorry, people. Sorry.
And it's not a high value book by any means. And I was hoping for a little bit better condition, but it's not bad.
You gonna take the price off?
No, I did not pay what the price tag said.
Hey, we're trying to sell this.
Wow. Big brain flash.
Yeah, so this is Flash 177.
That's cool.
It's just another one of those iconic covers where if you see a book about comic books, you'll see a cover like this in it. And I've seen this cover a million times in places like that. So I was just intrigued to pick it up and be able to show stuff like this up on my wall sometime.
I always thought that Flash is some of the best covers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk about doing your job correctly. I see those covers and I go, yeah, I should buy that book.
Yeah. I mean, this cover, just the design of it, it reads from a mile away.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got a price tag of $80. I didn't pay a quarter of that for this copy. I'm not sure why someone would expect that much. But you can always ask, right?
Thanks for joining us, Hoosier Nerd.
Hey, Don Dizzle. Hoosier Nerd. Good to see you, man. So this came out once. So we're going through the DC portion of the haul right now.
And poor Mike will say that to Just Imagine Robin, Stan Lee wrote it and John Byrne penciled it.
Oh, wow. I guess that makes sense that Stan Lee would have written all those. I'd never put two and two together.
But you're usually all over John Byrne stuff.
Yeah. Well, he would have had to make a comeback to do that. That would have been after his prime.
Hey, I just got that this week. Wrong book.
One more crackle of tape here.
James Howard, thank you for joining us this evening.
Yeah, hi,
Is that what
James.
this is? Remember, I need to take my glasses off to read.
There we go.
Silver Age Flash is fire.
Good to see you, James Howard. Thanks for joining us. All right, so one of these books for me is an upgrade, or it might be. And the other two are just books I'm really interested in because I want to study this artist more. So we have
I can tell you
Titans issue.
That is so funny that you are pulling that book. I've got two things to say about that book. And I did not know that you were going to be pulling this book. Number one, I have this book literally downstairs. I have a package downstairs that I don't know what it is, but there's some books inside. That's a book I bought. And my friend, Comics for Thomas, he got it from his shop and sent it with the other stuff that he sent me. That's a surprise. But that book, and I'll be telling this story when I do this unboxing on Wednesday night, that story Nick Cardy, I believe. And at that
Mhm.
time, he wanted a raise from DC Comics, and they were not going to give it to him. He wanted X amount more per page.
Mhm.
And he was upset, rightfully so. And he said to himself, okay, Teen Titans 13 is going to be the last issue I draw for them because they're not giving me my raise. And I'm going to make this issue so good, they're going to regret not giving me this raise, because whoever comes in after this is not going to be able to do this book as good as I can. So he did that book. And I guess he just, went for it. And he turned it in and said, well, it's my last issue. You guys aren't giving me the raise. And he got his raise because of that issue.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I read that story somewhere along the line too, and that's purposely why I wanted to get this exact issue.
Yeah. I have seen that cover, and that story has been reprinted quite a few times, a lot, especially in a lot of Bronze Age Christmas with the superhero types, regardless if it's a treasury size or a digest size. But that cover is so iconic when you think of Christmas, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and let's be honest. The only reason Jamie got this cover is because he is the reigning holidays comic gories champion.
I got to stock up for next year.
And he wants to keep his title.
Got to replenish.
So this one will work for Comic Gories Christmas next year too, being that it's still a winter cover. So this
Have
is
that book. It's a good story.
Black Racer?
Number 24. The Skis of Death. No, that's not Black Racer, but he would come in a little later.
I was going to say, you can't have Skiing and not have Black Racer in there. I'm just saying. Nice. Really, he's in this series?
What's that?
He's in this series?
Black Racer?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you talking about later on tonight?
No, late, like years later.
Oh.
So, and then this is the third issue of Teen Titans I bought. And this is the one.
Go ahead.
This is the one that's an upgrade copy from. I think I've got one with somebody had scribbled on all the panels with Wonder Girl. They had drawn faces on her or something like that.
So that book, first of all, the last page is everything. The entire story leads up to that very last page, because the last page is the debut of Donna Troy's red jumpsuit Wonder Girl costume, which is actually prominently featured on the cover for the next issue. But that also is the very first Who is Donna Troy story.
Oh, really?
It is.
I never realized that.
And they've revisited that theme many, 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 many times in that character's history, but that was the very first Who is Donna Troy story, written by a very young Marv Wolfman.
I think this has got, I believe, is it Neil Adams with Nick Cardy inks in this issue? Am I remembering right?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think there was a short run where Adams did the pencils and Nick Cardy did the inks.
Yeah, nice. And I was so excited over Red Jumpsuit Wonder Girl that I didn't get a chance to say hi to Kachun too. You guys did, but so hi, Kachun.
Hey, Kachun, good to see you.
My Gemini brother.
That was easy. So this issue I had at one point, and like the G.I. Joe 21, got rid of it inexplicably. And it's got some, I wouldn't say it's hot, but it's another book that I think will grow spec-wise when they make a Green Lantern TV show, because Kilowog has already been announced as being one of the characters in that. So first appearance of Kilowog in Green Lantern Corps number 201.
Yeah. I didn't realize I had a copy of that book until just recently, but I had one from the original Spinner Rack days and pulled it off of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I had like 2 or 3 issues right around this era all in a row that I probably picked up at a show or something like that. I don't think I bought them fresh off the rack.
Nice. So many greens, so little time.
Yeah. So here we've got some more masking tape.
So what kind of books are you looking for, Lasso?
Oh gosh, I'm just trying to fill in some runs of stuff I had. A lot of stuff Bronze Age and some some Silver Age too, mostly Marvel, DC, some big titles like Avengers and X-Men and I'm really working on Justice League this year because ironically, Justice League Volume 1 books, you still can find it at a really decent price. I'm 3 issues away in the Wonder Woman title from having her Silver Age on up in her title. So I'm only 3 away on that. And I'll be excited when I complete that. I don't know if it'll be this year. I anticipate to at least get 1 more this year, but slowly but surely I've chipped away at that.
So when you're working on a run that's that kind of historic in nature, what issues are you missing? Are they really early ones, or is it a mix? Or
well, her Silver Age started with issue number 98, and my original goal when I was a child collector and I was buying Wonder Woman, I knew from memorizing the Overstreet Price Guide that issue number 105 was scarce. So I thought, well, I'll never have a 105, so I will collect from issue number 106 on up. And before I was able to complete issue 106 on up, I ended up getting a 105. I couldn't believe it, but I own one. And then shortly after getting a 105, I was able to get 106 on up, and I was complete. And I said, well, okay, now I have 105 on up. And I said, well, 98 isn't that far away. So I started throwing money into an envelope because I knew 98 was going to be an expensive book. It's not rare, but it's just an expensive book. It's probably maybe the 4th biggest Wonder Woman book. So I started throwing money into an envelope, and I thought, well, someday, hopefully this opportunity will present itself and that money will be there when it does. Well, lo and behold, last summer into the fall, probably last fall rather, Man Cave Comics AOK'd me a Wonder Woman 98. Now, he had no idea that book was something I was even saving money for. He just thought, well, here's a Wonder Woman book that I bet he doesn't have or would like. And comic books shouldn't make you boo-hoo, but that comic book still makes me boo-hoo. So appreciative. And so, like I said, now I'm 3 issues away from having 98 on up. And once I complete that, what I'll start doing is just collect backwards. Then I'll try to get 97. Then I'll have 97 on up. Then I'll try to get 96, 95. But in the meanwhile, you fill in smaller runs too. Like I got all my Bronze Age Spider-Woman. I got all my Bronze Age Dazzler. You start working on Fantastic Four and Avengers and big titles like that too. And just try to chip away at the big titles, but still having smaller titles like Champions. I just, a few months ago was able to get, and that's only a 17 issue run. I'm starting to think now, I don't have any Black Goliath from the Bronze Age. And I'm like, yeah, I think I would enjoy Black Goliath. So that's something in the back of my mind that I'm like, that's a real small series too, that I would be able to easily chip away and feel success at while I'm working on the big ones.
Yep. I think that's what I'm going to do with some of those Teen Titans books. Maybe do like issues 1 to 40 or something like that. The series didn't last that much longer. If I get to 40, I might as well go the rest of the way because I've already got a good chunk of the later part of it.
Yeah, I'm working on my Teen Titans Volume 1. I think I'm like 12 or 13 books away from completing that. And I already have a number 1. And that's really only the major expensive one in that run is number 1. But that seems very doable too.
Yep. It's surprising, not surprising that Teen Titans, especially in Silver Age, well, going all the way back to the beginning, other than getting their first appearance in Brave and the Bold, everything is relatively attainable. It's not terribly expensive, especially if you're not concerned about grade, if you're be satisfied with mid-grade.
And I am.
So this book is mid-grade, and it's a very nice presenting copy, and it goes with the last book that I showed. This is another book that's going to be, I think, is going to be a big spec book, especially if the Green Lantern show is a hit, because I think if it's a hit, it's because of characters like Guy Gardner.
Oh, that's a great book.
Yeah. This is the first appearance of Guy Gardner in Green Lantern number 59. So this is a handful of issues before the classic Neil Adams run. But the Guy Gardner, I fell in love with him in the JLA. Guys of our age that grew up with the Wahaha era of the JLA. it was successful because of characters like Guy Gardner. Hey, C. Woodard, good to see you.
The JLA and the JSA are two different things, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Justice Society versus Justice League. So this is a nice presenting copy. Like I said, it would be better if the bottom staple was not popped. But so this will be like the best looking 6.0 on the planet if I were to ever get it graded.
Looks nice. The colors are good.
Yep. The colors are good. The edges are nice. The corners are relatively pointy. Looks like we've got maybe a slight color breaking crease up along the Comic Code Authority stamp.
Yeah, that's good. They all need it.
They all need another crease.
Yeah. You give the Comic Code Authority another crease and a half. Down with censorship. I'm
right there with you, Seawood. The one punch fight was epic.
Seawood, hey, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Seawood.
Let's see here. All right, so this is the last book in the DC batch.
I kept them in the order they were stacked in.
That's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
And this is another book that happened to have been shown relatively recently on, they even wrapped it in tissue paper, on Comigories. But it had been on my list before that.
Wow.
So
it's like a present.
Wrapped in tissue paper. So one of the things I want to collect this year are what I'm calling Batman Unmasked covers. So it's any cover where Batman is peeling off his cowl, or in this case, having it peeled off of him, so we can see, the whole world can see that Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Oh, wow.
So this is Batman number 148.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah. So I'm a Batman fan, but a lot of people that collect, Silver Age Batman are going after the villains, and it's not that I don't appreciate the villains. I don't know, just for whatever reason, I don't think for me, it's not worth the investment to chase those. But I did want to build up my Silver Age Batman collection and even start picking up some Golden Age here and there. So I figured I'll do this, go after this Unmasked thing, and it'll give me something to hunt for. And they won't necessarily be keys. But with the Joker appearance, those are always popular. So
why are the Batman villains so popular?
Because it's one of the best rogues gallery. I mean, it's debatable. Is the best or Spider-Man? X-Men have a ton of cool villains.
So have you looked to see how many books you need to chase on this topic or not?
Yeah, so I basically went through, there's a website called Cover Browser or something like that, and I just went through all the Batman titles and kind of noted all the issues between Batman Detective and World's Finest, I think. And I can't remember how many covers were. There's probably close to 20.
Nice.
The majority of them were in the regular Batman title. There were very few in Detective. Mm-hmm. But so Batman 148, 151, I think, is the next one I'll probably get. Both of them they're affordable. I mean, they're not super cheap, but they're not $100 books either. Especially, in the nice mid-grade. This is probably going to be probably a 5 or 5.5, something like that.
So you're shopping in my neighborhood then?
Yep.
Hey, John.
All right, so let's see. Let's get back to this comment from Gore. Funny JLA issue where a guy takes Ice on a date, takes her to a porn film, just like in the film Taxi Driver. And like Sybil Shepherd, she walks out, but not after punching a guy in the face. Yeah, Batman KO'd guy in the Justice League. Yep. I don't remember the Hal Bruce fight, though. I'm going to have to chase that one down. All right. So now we're getting into X-Men.
Oh, you bought an X-Men book? I'm shocked. I am shocked, I tell you. There's some left.
So, like I was talking about earlier with
Let me guess, Wolverine's on the cover, right?
probably. On this one. I was talking earlier about how with the Daredevil books, I'd gotten rid of some where I didn't like the condition of the books I had. So it was the same thing with the John Byrne run on X-Men. And man, this bag is in nasty shape. But so there are a handful of books from the John Byrne run that I have to go back and get. And so this is the first that I've done back to obtain, number 116.
That is nice.
Yeah. And what I've loved during this live stream is directly above me in the small position is that Colossus face, which looks like he's another panel member. And I always thought that every book that you've shown when it hasn't been an X-Men book, he's been like, oh,
come on, man. Yeah. So this particular issue has actually been on my watch list for probably 6 months, and I finally just pulled the trigger on it. It's not in the greatest shape. It's probably a 7.0, but it's definitely better than the one that I'm replacing. So,
Nice.
Just a fantastic story. John and No Good Comics just did that issue just a few weeks back on their X-Men Omni show, which I love so much. So, great issue.
Let's see here. So, now we got some more masking tape.
Look at that.
Tab.
Full tab.
Nice.
Woo.
I just want to lift the cheek.
Yes, we are 10 at times.
What's he done? Books inside of bags.
You must have got from the same person I got my books from.
All right.
Huh. I'm shocked.
More X-Men?
No Wolverine.
Oh my gosh. I love that cover.
You know, me too.
I don't have either one of those books yet. They're in my to get list. I've read them digitally, but that cover is always.
So I told like my X-Men origin story in one of my real early videos, but I bought essentially like 80% of the John Byrne run at a garage sale for $0.25 a piece.
Wow.
But some of them were pretty banged up, and this one was probably the most banged up of all of them that I had bought. And this is a pretty nice cover. It's got a penciled in date stamp there, and this corner up here is a little bit messy, but from the rest of it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Especially
one thing that you don't really realize until you actually stop and look, how many covers from this X-Men period from 101 to 137 is Phoenix on? Actually, not that many.
Yeah, that's true.
She's on 180. Man, I used to know that number. 87?
No.
There's a Phoenix on 175, but it's Madeline Pryor.
Which is the Pieta?
136.
Oh, 136 is what he's thinking of. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's 119.
Sunfire.
Who's that in the middle? You know who I'm talking about.
Moses Magnum.
Moses. They couldn't find a blacker name for him, huh?
Yeah. That's the issue we did, or I say we did like I was on the show, but that's the issue that John and Justin did last week on Omni X-Men, which means it's Alpha Flight tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, I'm here for Alpha Flight.
There you are.
That's the Canadian X-Men, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Wendigo?
Wendigo.
That
sounds like somebody on
Wendigo.
I'm not going to take that call from that Wendigo.
Wendigo was a much later issue, though.
Thank you. That's my birthday.
I did give you the first Alpha Flight issue.
Yes, you did. Now, we'll save this one for June for when I get to do the wall.
Okay. All right, let's see.
This is the penultimate package.
Is it?
Yes. I like saying the word penultimate.
It is cool. And then I did cut this one.
That cracks me up.
There we go. So this is key character appearance.
Uh-oh, the spectacles are on.
Yeah. Well, it's got one of those nasty printer's creases right through the logo, but I wanted to make sure that's what it was, and it wasn't a tear. So that looks like a cut in the cover, though. I'll take it out of the bag later. But we have
Wow.
number 58, the first appearance of Havoc.
Nice.
So this is, after the GSX1, this is probably the book I was most excited to pick up.
Okay.
That's cool.
Someone did say the X-Men, Jackson Roykirk.
Hey, Jackson Roykirk.
Hey, nobody else. Yep, we're almost done, but it's all right. Thanks for coming.
Oh, we're not done. I'm getting ready to show my brand new books that I got there worth $2.50 after I spent $5 this week for them.
Okay, I'm not going to wait to find out what the deal is with that.
You can't wait. So what time is your show on Wednesday, Lasso?
Yeah, I'm doing a live unboxing Wednesday. I've got this. It's not what's in the box, it's what's in the huge box. I got an AOK from Comics for Thomas, and there's some books in there. I know for a fact there's a few that I bought that he got. He lives in Canada. I live here in the States. But there's something else in there. I mean, this box is huge, and it's not a comic, but he says it's comic related. And I'm going to do a live unboxing. It's going to be a little bit late. It's going to be 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central on Wednesday night on my channel. But we're not going to waste much time because I only have Thomas for a limited amount of time. So we're going to get right into the unboxing when we start. That's the plan. And if that's a little too late to join live, if you could catch the replay on my channel, I certainly would appreciate it. But I'm really excited to find out what's in this box. It's huge.
Bigger than the red box?
It could be. Maybe it's Redbox with a whole bunch of movies in it.
Nice.
So it looks like you might have a spot of color touch on there. It doesn't go all the way through the paper, but that looks like it's an add-on there. What I was really worried about is what looks like a crease right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like it doesn't go all the way through the paper, but it does look like a score mark, like it was scratched or something like that. So I would rather not have that, but I'm probably not going to upgrade this one. It's a nice enough copy for me.
Is it pressable?
No.
Okay.
There's no need to press it. It's not going anywhere. It's staying right here forever. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just saw another cover for a book I picked up just this weekend.
Boy, Gorgeous made a comment that is 100%.
When doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm all about, man. I feel strange because I'm not a very emotional person just in general,
Mm-hmm.
but this is J Hood excited right here, you know.
He's full of it. I've seen him be emotional.
You have?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
sure I have. I saw him mad once.
I always tell people I tell people that I put the mental in sentimental.
All right. So that's the
awesome.
penultimate book. What could be the ultimate book?
I know what your ultimate book is, but your title says it's not that.
Right.
X-Men 4.
Oh, I wish.
I want to make a guess.
Okay.
Oh.
But I don't know if you have this already. So I'm going to make my guess, and you tell me if you have this in your collection already, then I'll make a different guess, okay?
Okay.
X-Men 94.
I do not have that in my collection.
Okay, that's my guess.
X-Men 14. I'm a genius. I don't know. What does that mean?
He put it in a top loader, but they taped the top loader to the.
Ooh. All good things come in top loaders. I know that firsthand. Thank you, Hero and the Kid.
Wow.
So it is
That's
X-Men
awesome.
14.
Oh, it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let me take that out of the top loader. Get a couple
See?
better look.
Congratulations.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Like, I feel like the comic books nowadays, the covers are just too. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Clean, specific. They have no character like this. Yeah,
I like
am
my
I
book
wrong in that
cover too.
assessment?
Yeah, I
Especially
like my
the
book
X-Men?
cover to show what's happening in the story.
Yeah. Now, is it
Wow.
because there's all these comic book artists now that don't really follow the story?
It's just like everything else. The more modern things get, the more complicated people think they need to make it.
Mhm.
Back then, you didn't have people doing, either fully painted art or digital art.
Mhm.
So you lived with the big swaths of just raw color, and they really helped make the product stand up off the shelf.
That's great. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
See, Dunk City's in the house.
Duck City. Where's he at?
Big FGCU.
There you go.
Florida
There you
Gulf
go.
Coast.
Nobody says, ooh, 12 cents must be a real oldie. Yeah. Before your time. I'm not sure how old you are, but this might not be older than you. I'm not sure.
Is it older than me?
Yes.
Oh.
It's older than me.
So I want to say the X-Men started in 1963.
That sounds right.
So this would be 64, 65 probably. So yeah, it'd be at least 5 years older than I am.
Trust me, if this were a Hoops channel, Jamie and I would switch seats.
So yeah, it's kind of strange how things work out. But my intention was to go back to a local LCS that actually had X-Men 12 on the wall. I was fully prepared to go in and buy that, but it wasn't there. Somebody had bought it in front of me, so he didn't have this one either. But I kind of went back home and was just flipping through Instagram, and someone on Instagram had this up for a really nice price. So
I need to flip through Instagram.
Yep. So when it comes to books like this where they're older, they have quite a bit of key value as far as first appearance of major villains and stuff like that. What I'm looking for condition-wise is both staples intact and no like huge color breaks. And I'll be lucky if most of the edges are pretty straight, and that's kind of what we got here. I mean, overall, the condition, it's going to be like maybe a 4.0. I'm not sure how much this little notch out of the edge is going to take away. So 3.5, 4.0, something like that.
Looks nice. The reds are still popping though on that cover.
Right.
It's really bright. The edges, except for where big pieces are missing. It's pretty nice. So
yeah,
it's got a little bit of a miswrap, but still not bad. And then it's got just a slight tape pull right there, but the fact that most of it's on the white X, you can barely see it. So
yeah, well, I see it now. I can't unsee it now that you pointed it out to me.
oh. You don't need to steal it now. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I already got mine on the other book on Moses.
The Moses Magnum.
What a name, Moses Magnum. I love it.
Jackson Roy Kirk was 1 or 2. Yep, X-Men is old. It's just been popular, in the last 40 years, something like that.
So what is your oldest X-Men issue number wise?
So this was 14, and I have number 13 up on the wall, but the 13 is in a lot worse condition. I kind of bought it as a joke almost because it was so cheap. but it was also in such rough condition.
That's the one at the top left corner.
Yeah, that's the second appearance of Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Where walks Juggernaut?
Yep.
Evil follows. I don't know. I don't know what Juggernaut is. I know there's a cartoon coming out with him.
Well, we always hear rumors. Rumors are he's going to be in She-Hulk. Who knows?
Oh, I heard there's a Juggernaut cartoon coming out.
MODOK.
Oh, MODOK.
Yeah.
Evil's evil.
Totally
big heads, big heads.
Different guy.
Yep.
So that's it. That's the big haul for now.
Well, you filled, a solid hour aside from my Frosty the Snowman horror story with some amazing books. So congratulations to you. And from what I understand, if I hadn't been on this show, if I had been in the chat right now, I would have been 100% concerned that you spent all your GSX money and now there's no hope for a GSX in the future, but that doesn't sound like that's the case either. So that makes me happy too, because I believe in the fact that you're going to get one more than you do. So, I just want you to have some funds available for it when it happens.
I think everybody believes more than he does.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I'm kind of learning about myself when it comes to what I can bring myself, like what price points I can bring myself to pay.
Sure.
And I think ultimately what it comes down to is that in that point in time when I looked at what I had to spend versus some of the other plans that I also had, that I wouldn't have been able to kind of navigate all of it. So, and I also didn't want to feel like I was being rushed into anything. And at that point, I thought, I was in a race with the market to be able to land the book. Mm-hmm. And when you're talking about that level of money, going out the door, I wasn't going to be rushed by any means.
Right.
Good. That's smart. That's very smart.
Yeah.
And I've said this a few times, and GSX is always going to be a popular and a costly book. However, what's going on in the comic book marketplace right now, keep in mind when sporting events and concerts and going out to eat starts coming back, people's money will start to get diverted out to those things too. Mm-hmm. And what's happening with the comic books, I think right now is just a temporary period that we're in. So
it's like I heard the economists say that there's more money out there. There's more money out there than stuff to spend it on right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I really think that that's going to happen for you. It's going to happen on its terms. Books come into your life at certain times, and sometimes even when you're not ready or looking for them, that's when they come in. And I just think that one day you're going to message me and say, I just can't believe it. All of a sudden, the book was available through whatever means, be it you found it somewhere or someone messaged you and said, I've got one for sale or whatever. I just really think that that's how that's going to play out. And I think it's going to be sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, I look at it from the standpoint of I'm a long-term collector as well. Yeah. Even though there are books that I want, I don't feel there are any books that are missing. I've managed to live this long without Giant Size X-Men 1.
Yeah.
And I think looking at it long-term, I think like you're saying, there's kind of a real spike moment happening right now. And, it could, maybe it's years down the line, things kind of level off and there's not as much hype and excitement about the art form. But I'm going to be just as big a fan then as I am now, so.
It's going to happen years down the line. Two things are going to happen the same day. His daughter's going to say, Dad, I'm not going to college and I'm marrying a millionaire. That's all that college money that he's been saving. Going to put it right there to the book.
Right to that GSX.
Yep. Gore says, I still think you'll get it through the YouTube community.
I can see that happening.
Copy at a reasonable price.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, the whole video was a haul. Nobody, so I'm not gonna
watch it from the beginning. Nobody, because there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah. I'm not going to do a recap. So
No, you had too much to recap.
Yeah. So thanks again,
Well, congratulations on picking up what you did. You certainly have been a wise shopper, it looks like, and you certainly have a lot of stuff to enjoy and treasure. And I know that that's what you will do with that: enjoy it and treasure it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some collectors call themselves a opportunity collector or opportunity buyer, and some of the bigger stuff I picked up, some of it was opportunity buys, things like the 14. This wasn't a book that was necessarily on my list to get, but it was the right price that I just kind of went for it. So
now, are you still in the market for your secret key that you want to put out there?
Yes. And another thing I'm coming to realize is that when it comes to like the bigger value books, I understand that a graded book ensures the quality of what you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also, what I'm finding is I might settle for a lower grade and a raw on something like that than a graded book. Not just because of the difference in price, but there's just more appeal in it to me that I'm going to be able to, once I get it, I'm going to be able to open it up and not feel bad for taking away that much money that was invested to get it graded.
Okay.
So, so I might have to hold out a little bit longer for the other book you were talking about. So
when you get it, it's going to be sweet though. You know, I mean, for me, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I never thought I'd own a Wonder Woman 105. Overstreet lists that as scarce. So I had never even seen one with my own eyes for most of my life. And I just put money in an envelope and I just never touched that money. It's as if it didn't exist. If I won $1 on a scratch off lottery ticket, instead of buying another lottery ticket with $1, I might buy another ticket, but I'll shell out another $1 from my wallet. And that $1 that I won goes right in that envelope. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, I ended up buying this 105. And there's a huge difference between a Wonder Woman Silver Age 105 and a GSX1. I get that. But I ended up buying this Wonder Woman 105 and had half of my budget left in my envelope.
Nice.
I've never seen one go as low as the one that I bought did in as nice of a shape as it was. It was raw. But sometimes opportunities just present themselves. And I really think that this is going to happen for you. And when it does, I am going to be right there rooting and excited for you. This just happened to a fellow community member just this past weekend. Mark Spector Comics, obviously with a name like that, he's a Moon Knight fan. He wanted Moon Knight's first appearance. It's been 2 years for him and he got it. He unboxed it this past weekend and I was so happy for him. You're going to have your moment like that.
Yeah, it'll come. It's like I said, I learned that I'm always conservative. So I didn't want to feel uncomfortable in a purchase like that. So, and I just finished another painting that I hope I can make another nice bankroll off of and maybe roll that into that book. So
awesome.
Well, you're going to do one for me, but it won't be like that.
Yeah, but I can put a little in it.
Nice. Like Magic said, I'm excited for the stuff that you got, what you're about to get, and what you're going to get. And then when I get to show off my FF52 to you and my Hero for Hire one to you, when we're old and gray. Well, you're already gray, but
and I'm already old.
I guess I am too.
That encouragement speech kind of took a notice. It started out really good and it was going sky high, and then it kind of.
All right,
but you're still, an amazing collector, an amazing person, an amazing friend, regardless if you have a GSX1 or not.
Yeah, we're judged by
you're still the same person.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be here if you didn't have these books. No. It'd be something else.
Yeah, it'd be something else.
It'd be something else.
I mean, I'm the fill-in Alan tonight. So, I mean, if Alan had been available, who knows? I might not have been here. I don't know. I'm just kidding you. So,
I definitely
well,
want.
we know Alan won't watch this. If Alan had been here, we'd still have another hour left to go.
Yeah, but thanks again for coming on. Like I said, I was looking for something we could do together. Hopefully, we can do something.
This definitely was it.
Yeah,
this was it for sure. And I thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to some more collaborations and some more stuff. And that day that it's GSX reveal time, I'm popping in that live stream. I guarantee it. So
Nice.
that'll be fun when I get there. But
yeah, but enjoy what you have now, because you have some nice stuff to enjoy.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's what the majority of what this all is. That tonight, especially, it's been stuff that I've been meaning to buy for a while. I can't wait to get into those Teen Titans issues and read those.
Right.
Get those X-Men put back in my X-Men run. I think I've got maybe 4 issues of the Burn artwork issues to buy, and I think I counted 6 issues of the Cockrum run.
Nice.
In that one, right around issue 100 era that I need to pick up. So there's a local guy that's got some of those. Hopefully I can get back in touch with him and pick those up soon.
You know what this sounds like? Another auditing video.
Nobody wants to see that. All right. Well, Magic Lasso, plug your stream Wednesday night again before we sign off.
So I have a live unboxing on my channel. Just search for Magic Lasso. If you're not familiar with my channel, I'm obviously by the name, I'm a Wonder Woman collector and a Wonder Woman fan, but I'm really I love the Bronze Age of comic books, and you'll see a lot of Bronze Age on my channel and a fair amount of Silver and Copper Age as well. But those are kind of the 3 eras that I really specialize in. Once in a while, you see a Golden Age. Sometimes you see some stuff that's even modern that you just don't see many other places. But love interacting with this community. It's more than just Wonder Woman on my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you consider checking out my channel, and if you like it, hitting the subscribe button would mean a lot to me. I'll make sure to follow you back if I'm not already to. And I love interacting with everyone. Live stream Wednesday night on my channel, 10:30 Eastern PM, 10:30 PM Eastern, 9:30 Central, with special guest Comics for Thomas, a massive AOK. But when I say huge, this box, when I hold it up, is pretty much from underneath my neck till past my waist.
Wow.
So it's huge and it's heavy. So we're going to find out together what's in this big box. So thank you for letting me plug that and having me on the show tonight.
That sounds like fun. I'll definitely either try and be there live or definitely check out that rewind if I miss it.
Awesome. Yeah, if you can't make it live, I understand that it's late. Check the rewind. I just appreciate anyone checking it out. So no one has to send me anything, but when someone does, I want to make sure that people get the opportunity to see it, even if it isn't live. So I want to plug them and their kindness.
Yeah, cool. Well, hey, thanks, James Howard. It's good having you. Thanks for hanging out this evening. Dave Enrique. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yep.
Gore Vidal's still around. Nobody but me. We had a few others. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out tonight.
Yes.
Lasso, thanks for joining us. Love your positivity. Love
my pleasure.
Love watching your content. Love seeing you in the chat. So
thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm game to come back anytime you have me.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right. So we'll sign off as usual. We'll say, hey, bye, everybody. Keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.